Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky told the assembled country's security gathering on Tuesday that the conflict among Russia and Ukraine can't be quieted by talks alone, yet that Russia should be constrained into harmony. Zelensky has looked for the help of Western pioneers for what he calls a triumph plan to end the conflict that started when Russia sent off a full-scale attack of his country in February 2022. Zelensky said the conflict would end one day, yet not on the grounds that somebody became weary of the conflict, or through an exchange with Russian President Vladimir Putin, a reference to proposition that Ukraine surrender some regions seized by Russia to resolve the contention. Talks won't be able to calm down this war. Activity is required, Zelensky said, expressing gratitude toward countries who have given Ukraine support. Putin has broken such countless worldwide standards and decides that he won't stop all alone. Russia must be constrained into harmony, and that is precisely exact things required, driving Russia into harmony as the sole attacker in this conflict, the sole violator of the UN sanction, Zelensky said. Ukraine faces a dubious future. In the U.S. election on November 5th, if former President Donald Trump defeats Vice President Kamala Harris, it could lead to a rethinking of Washington's policy toward Ukraine, which is heavily dependent on U.S. military and financial support. A close race is shown by opinion polls. Zelensky has said that on the off chance that his arrangement is supported by the West, it will extensively affect Moscow, including a mental one that could assist with convincing Putin to carefully end the conflict. Russian UN envoy Vasily Nebenzia shouted out at the gathering to dismiss the board facilitating Zelensky. Western nations couldn't avoid harming the air by and by, attempting to occupy the broadcast appointment with the worn-out Ukrainian issue, Nebenzia said of the gathering. The 15-member council heard from UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres that Russia's war in Ukraine was a clear violation of the UN Charter. I strongly condemn all attacks on civilians and civilian facilities, regardless of the location or perpetrator. They generally should stop right away, he said. What's more, I remain profoundly worried about the well-being, helpful requirements, and essential basic liberties of individuals dwelling in involved regions. It is essential to force Russia into peace, as it is the sole aggressor in this conflict and the primary violator of international law.